gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Yarmuth, for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, Administrator McCarthy. I want to start by asking you about mountaintop removal mining, which is a process that poses very serious risks to the health and welfare of Appalachian communities. I was pleased to note that in your EPA budget justification, you mentioned 2 recent court victories concerning mountaintop removal mining, but there's still a lot to be done. What resources will be available under this budget to help communities endangered by mountaintop removal mining?
I'm sorry I don't have it broken down that way, but I'm happy to take a look at this for you and to work with your staff on getting you more specific numbers. But it is an issue that's of concern, and we've been working through these issues.
Yes, I appreciate that very much. Earlier today, Chairman Whitfield mentioned the cap-and-trade bill, Waxman-Markey, which he characterized as having been rejected by the Congress, which is one way to characterize it. In fact, it did receive a majority of votes in both the House and the Senate. It was only killed because of Republicans in the Senate who filibustered that bill. Is it fair to say that if Waxman-Markey had been enacted into law and not been stopped by Senate Republicans, that we would not be involved with clean power rules right now?
In some ways that might be the case, but I don't know that for sure, sir, because the Clean Air Act really is our responsibility to implement. It might have impacted the choice considerably and the requirements to move forward.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about the Clean Power Plan and Kentucky, my home state, and the home state of the chairman. I was really pleased to see yesterday Len Peters, who's the Secretary of Energy and the Environment in Kentucky, praising your work, the agency's work in reaching out to the states on the Clean Power Plan. He said, I'm from Kentucky and I'm not a climate science denier, but what EPA has done with outreach and leading up to the proposed regulation, the outreach they've done I think is incredible. He talked about your open door policy. He said you could call them, talk to them, meet with them, and we did take advantage. He went on to say, well, we've already started the process of determining what a compliance plan would look like. I truly appreciate the outreach that EPA has made to Kentucky and other states, and obviously states face very different challenges in cutting carbon pollution. We in Kentucky are increasing our use of cleaner and less expensive fuels such as natural gas, but we still generate most of our power from coal. I know that EPA recognizes that this is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Can you discuss how the funding in your 2016 budget request will be used to assist states with implementing the Clean Power Plan?
Sure. We have actually a $25 million request in our budget to work directly with the states on the implementation of this rule, and we have an overall request to ensure that we have the staff available to be able to work with the states and to take a look quickly at the plans to make sure there's no delay in sending all the right signals about how to move this forward. Can I just say that Len Peters is a very honorable man. His advantage in Kentucky is he looks at both energy and environmental issues together. And I think it provides an advantage for the state to see that these plans can be done and actually will provide benefits to the state in terms of the utilization of energy supplies that are both effective for a reliable and cost-effective supply, but also can be designed to be effective in reducing pollution that impacts their health.
Mm-hmm. So you obviously think that states like Kentucky, which are coal-dominated, can benefit from the funds that would be appropriated under this budget?
They absolutely can, as well as the incentive fund that the President has proposed in this budget, which is $4 billion. And I think that we have designed this in a way to recognize that Kentucky doesn't and shouldn't have the same standard that other states that aren't so heavily reliant on coal have. So we've designed it in a way that we think is achievable from the get-go, but also is flexible enough to allow folks like Len Peters to get his arms around it and make it work.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the flexibility that EPA has shown and again, the cooperation that you've exhibited with Kentucky and other states. I appreciate that very much. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back this time.